and I told you guys gold was gonna break out. So when I was talking about gold on my last stream, I was showing you guys that we had an ascending triangle inside of gold, right? And ascending triangles are bullish patterns. So look, I mentioned, hey, we have an ascending triangle, it's a bullish pattern, and that's all there is to it. Bullish pattern, ascending triangle. And what happened with gold? Gold did exactly what I mentioned, and it broke out. And then as it pulled back, it retested the support here on the ascending triangle, because resistance becomes support. So it broke out to $481, and it pulled back to 468, and then now it's back up at 474. So gold is doing pretty well. And again, I predicted the breakout of gold. Honestly, it's not that hard. But as gold broke out, what happened with silver? Silver is going to follow gold because they're both one and the same when it comes to precious metals. Now, silver did not have an ascending triangle. Silver actually had what we call a descending channel, right? So silver had a descending channel right here. So not only is that like in a descending channel, sometimes descending channels end up breaking down. Sometimes they end up going back up. This one, it went back up. Plain and simple. Silver, it bear trapped people, right? It trapped the bears. Bitcoin, or I mean gold on the other hand here, it was bullish and it showed that it was bullish, right? As it was going through its ascending triangle, again, ascending triangles, bullish patterns. It went through that ascending triangle and it went through it with flying colors. So it did pretty good. It did pretty good here. Colors. All right. So I did. Let me mute that. I don't want to get any playback here. So yeah, gold did pretty well. Gold did pretty well. Gold did pretty well. Let me mute that again. So yeah. Now what I foresee for gold in the near future here. Let's pull up the 4-hour chart since it's a little bit longer term. It's showing that we're already having an overbought signal here. Typically when that happens, when it happens so early like this, we usually start to see a pullback, right? It's happening early. We might see that pullback. It should be happening up here, but it's happening before it hits that overbought area, which means that we could be doomed for a small pullback, right? Now, it doesn't necessarily have to do it like that, but I'm just saying. Usually it's showing a small pullback. And as you can see here, we're trying to break right back upwards. So there's a possibility that you could see more buying pressure coming in. And we're kind of already seeing that small miniature pullback here, right after it broke out of the ascending triangle. It's kind of already showing what that pullback would look like. So that's how we got, that's how we're looking with gold and silver right now. And silver is going to follow gold, obviously. So really, you don't really need to pay attention to it. All right. But another thing that I mentioned, I was talking about Microsoft. See, Microsoft is actually bouncing off an important support at the Fibonacci all the way down at 385, right? And now it's back at 389. Microsoft is actually down a lot. And it's one of the S&P, one of the Fortune 500 companies, one of the top on the S&P 500. Microsoft is one of those companies that's like, it's too big to fail. It's too big to fail. Computers, they need Microsoft. Like everybody needs to use Microsoft. Like if you use the internet, you use Microsoft. So it's like, it's too big to fail. It's one of those companies that's just not going to fail. So one of the most important things about Microsoft here, you can see all the way down here at that support, we should be having an increase in the price pretty soon. We should have a recovery soon. We might push up to like 420. So we'll see if that happens. So you can see here on the percent R trading exhaustion, overbought or oversold on the 4-hour chart. So that's good. That's a good thing. And then when you also look at the MACD, you can see like completely oversold. Like it's pulled back so far here on the MACD. so that the buying pressure is just inevitable. So we'll see if it continues to go down or if it has a recovery. Now on the daily chart, oversold on the percent on training exhaustion on the daily chart. And then when you look at the MACD, this is what should really excite you. When you look at the MACD on Microsoft, look at that. This thing is ready to take off. This thing is ready to take off. Personally, what am I planning to do with this info? Well, right now, I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy right now or not. This is the weekly chart, by the way. The weekly chart has not looked like this on Microsoft since the it hasn't even looked like that in the 90s. Like if you actually come all the way back here and look at Microsoft, even way back here, like it did the last time it did something like this was 2000, right? Around April of 2000, it did something similar, but it hasn't done a huge dump like that since April of 2000, and then 2022. You know, that's the COVID era, COVID times, and now. So that's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. Look at that huge pullback here. Look at that huge retrace on Microsoft. I'm definitely considering getting in right here and just doing some options, right? That is my plan. My plan is to hop in on some Microsoft options, call options. Now, can it pull back more? Yes, it's possible. This is the monthly chart, by the way, and the monthly chart hasn't been completely oversold since 2008. Remember, that was the financial crisis, 2008, and that's why everything just had bottomed out. And now when you look at Microsoft, it does have the potential to sell off a lot more. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't have potential to sell off a lot more. It does. It does. But it's still looking good right now. I mean, that's a decent pullback right there. That's a decent pullback. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the Fed is also printing money, a lot of money. So a lot of money is going to be flowing into the markets. And that's a huge sell-off. Huge sell-off. Within 2 months, we went from 482 all the way down to 387. That's a huge drop in the stock market on such a big stock like Microsoft. That's huge. So we're going to have to see what happens from there. Personally, I think might be a good time to watch out for Microsoft. All right. And this is the part of the stream where I come back here and I annoy you guys and say, let me see something in the chat. And this is also the part of the stream where no one responds and no one says anything in the chat because we have nobody. And that's why I'm trying to get my Kick stream going, guys. Y'all gotta support the Kick stream if you're watching the clips on YouTube. Support, join, follow me on Kick, all that good stuff. All right. So now I'm talking about Tesla. This has to stay at 215 there. So now we can start talking about Tesla here. Tesla was inside of an ascending triangle and it was inside of an ascending channel. So ascending triangles are supposed to be bullish. Ascending channels are supposed to be bullish. But remember, things that also affect stocks are the fundamentals. And Elon Musk did a lot of stuff that pissed a lot of people off. And the stock dumped. All right. Not only that, we just have a lot going on inside of the markets. So it doesn't really surprise me that Tesla did not end up taking off like it was supposed to. All right. So that wasn't surprising at all. I would say with Tesla, I'm expecting some more pullbacks to come inside of Tesla. I'm expecting it to pull back a lot more than what it's already done. But you know, at the end of the day, we can only sit around and wait. If we have a recovery here inside of Tesla, it's probably going to end up getting rejected around this area on that trend line, around 465 if we even do start breaking out. It's probably going to continue to create a downtrend from there. So that's what I'm waiting for when it comes to Tesla. I'm waiting to see what happens, to see if it tries to break up and pass that trend line again. Because if not, then a pullback is imminent inside of Tesla. So with Tesla at this point, it's literally just a waiting game. It's literally just a waiting game. So yeah, you just gotta sit around on your hands and wait and see exactly what Tesla does. This is the weekly chart on Tesla, and you can see the percent R trend exhaustion showing the long-term trend is pulling back. Short-term trends all the way down. So we might have a recovery in the short-term trend, pushing the long-term trend up a little bit. That's why I mentioned we might come back up here to the trend line. But if we get rejected, we're going down, 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 probably down to 180. And I know it's a low to think, or like $200, 210. I don't know it's low to think of, but it's always a possibility. Always a possibility. Also, double top. 1, 2. What is a double top? A double top is a bearish signal, a bearish double top. That's a bearish pattern. So when you see it topping out like that and then pulling back again, that's called a bearish double top. So that was a bearish pattern. So as you can see here, that's exactly what happened, right? And for the double top, 1, 2, 1, 2. Literally bearish. So at this point, we just gotta wait and see how far it pulls back down, like how far down it'll pull back to. Not only that, this is considered bearish divergence because you're getting lower lows on the MACD. This is the bearish divergence chart, lower lows on the MACD. So that's a bearish signal in itself. So Tesla is bearish right now. Could have a short-term recovery, but you know, it is what it is. Hey, we got the first chatter inside of the chat of my whole kick career since yesterday. He says, cover pimpin'. I got you, big dog. I got you. Anything you need me to cover the ribble, I will cover it because you're the first kick chatter that I've ever had in my kick career. In my kick streaming career. That means when I get big and I get a bunch of money, the ribble, you're gonna be getting a bunch of money, all right? When I get big, I'm gonna make sure I give you a bunch of money, all right? I'm gonna make sure any type of success I have, I'm gonna make sure it's attributed to you. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a follow. So, you know, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get big. I'm gonna get big on kick. I'm gonna get big. I'm already doing good trading, so I'm gonna funnel that money into kick. But yeah, shout out to you. Big shout out to you. I have been following you from YouTube. I am from Kenya. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem. Thank you for being the first person to support me live on Kick. That's crazy because I did a whole stream yesterday. I was like 2 hours, didn't get any chats, but I had a lot of people viewing. A lot of people viewed. And then there's some people viewing today. I think we had 4 consecutive viewers. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Shout out to you.